I believe that there is a very problematic learning curve when it comes to fighting games. What do I mean by this? When it comes to a fighting game, it should seem simple enough. Hit the opponent, don't get hit. However, there's much, much more nuance when it comes to these games. When you first start playing a game, you're going to think, oh, I should play in the tutorial mode or against CPUs so I can learn the basics. And yeah, this will teach you the basics blocking, hitting other people, even a couple basic combos. However, when it comes to actually playing the game, you're just going to get destroyed. When it comes to trying to play online after playing a short amount of time as a beginner, when it comes to fighting games, you're going to get destroyed. In a lot of Arc System Works games, you're not even really going to play the game. And when you are, you're just kind of holding back and blocking the entire time because your opponent's just going to combo you for a solid 25 seconds. And I think for new players, this can be super unfun. As you can see in the background, this is just me playing against the CPU, and I can kind of just button mash my way to victory, not do any combos that are more than a 5 hit, and I still win pretty handily. Yeah, I take some hits. However, the CPU is really no challenge, and they are very, very easy to cheese out, as seen in a lot of story modes in fighting games. Now, when you go to trying to play online, it's a completely different story. What you find is people that are much more practiced than you or have played games that are very similar to this, and they are just going to absolutely destroy you. Now, yeah, you can just hold block and you can learn how to play the game. However, the best way to learn how to play the game is to play against somebody who's better than you. And when you're getting comboed for half of your health for 20 seconds straight, that's either going to put off most people or prevent them from wanting to practice more and instead just learn how to cheese out opponents. And I think that's a huge problem. What you can see here is me trying to play BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle in an online match against somebody who has won at least 4,000 games and is in Master Tier. And at one point, I think I get hit in a 50 hit combo, and it's not that enjoyable because there's not much I can do. I don't really know how to break out of it. And I kind of just get destroyed. Now, am I saying that I should practice this game more? For sure. However, it's kind of difficult to practice when all that happens is you block for about 20 seconds, you get comboed for 20 seconds, and then your character is down. It's kind of unfortunate. Now, I would like to compare fighting games to JRPGs or RPGs in general. I think that these games, in concept, are incredibly similar. Now, you may be thinking an RPG is a single player game and there's no reaction times needed or anything like that. And you'd be right. However, both of these are about trying to find the most optimal strategy to bring down whatever you're attempting to destroy or to beat. In fighting games, that's your opponent. In RPGs, that's usually the big bad guy that's been set up from the beginning of the story that you have to defeat. Now, that's kind of where the similarities end. However, I think JRPGs have a much less steep learning curve to them. The tutorial is usually very simple. However, they start you off on levels that are also very simple and they add more mechanics along the way. When you're in a fighting game and you go into training mode when you first get the game, you're just kind of dumped there. You don't know what the buttons do, you don't have that hand eye memory. And when it comes to an RPG, you don't have to worry about any of that. All you have to do is worry about hitting the person in front of you. Now, I know this is kind of an unfair comparison because fighting games require reaction time, and JRPGs or RPGs in general really don't. And that's completely fair. However, it's much easier to learn an RPG and learn how to make decisions and to play the game with intent instead of just running your units down the middle of the field in something like Fire Emblem than it is to learn how to play with intent in a game like Street Fighter. I think the one fighting game that bridges the gap fairly well and being deep and understandable would have to be Super Smash Brothers. Now, I love Super Smash Brothers. I play in tournaments for it quite often. This is a very, very bad clip of me playing on stream at one of my locals. I usually just go 1 and 2. I'm not the best, however, I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy improving at the game. When it comes to Smash, you can button mash fairly easily up until a decent level. Now, will someone who knows what they're doing still destroy you? Yeah, for sure. However, can you enjoy the game as a casual player against even somebody who's much better than you? Yes. I would like to thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, leave a like or a subscribe. Thank you, and have a nice day.